All right, so can you kind of walk us through that run you had there in the final minutes there where you kind of carrying Purdue there for a while offensively?
Yeah, we knew on those ball screens they were hedging pretty hard, so I knew I could get to the rim a little bit and just took advantage of those opportunities. With Zach drawing so much attention all throughout the game, we knew those lanes would be open to drive and those kickouts would be there. So really just being aggressive and when the ball's in my hands, knowing that they trust me to go do what I can do and just playing with confidence.
Have they been hedging that way the whole game, or did they just kind of start doing that on the fly?
Michigan State did, yeah.
You take us through the final play, what you saw, and what was going through your head as that play was unfolding.
Yeah, Zach's so dominant inside. We were just going to get into him, and it got pushed out farther than we would like. So Zach's so big down there that it's hard to get around him in the post. So I knew if I lofted it up a little bit, he'd be able to catch it, and he wouldn't score like he should do when he's 1-on-1.
So you did do that on purpose. It looked like you put a little extra air under it to kind of let him get into his move a little bit.
Yeah, Big Sissoko's a big dude, but I know Zach's pretty wide, so it's hard to get around him, and I knew he'd catch it.
You got the third foul early in the second half. Painter let you out there. How do you change your mindset, make sure you don't get the fourth foul, still play hard?
Still being aggressive, but being smart, no dumb reaching in, and just boxing out, being smart on rebounding. So really just staying patient, and if they trust me out there, I'm sure they know what they're doing. So it's still just doing my job.
I've now been in several games that have gone down to the wire exactly like this. How much does that carry over? That's experience you can't really replicate in practice.
Yeah, you definitely can't. So really just being aggressive in practice and not, so we can try to make it game-like situations as much as possible. But just taking a deep breath, everyone talking to each other, staying communicated, and playing hard is what we focused on. And luckily, or good defense by Ethan at the end. It wasn't luck. It was what we focused on doing. So really just focus up and getting away.
When you go to the free throw line and you have to tie the game, then get the lead, you're able to do that in such a tough environment. You're changing your main one game. How do you kind of able to block out that noise?
Just thinking about all the reps that we put in during the week and in practice and during the summer. Just taking a deep breath, not thinking about the outside noise, and just taking my time.
Yeah, I don't know if you got it as bad as some other people have here, but this is your first taste of the Big Ten arena where they have your number circled for the student section. Did you have to kind of take any steps to make sure that they weren't getting under your skin, or does it not bother you at all?
No, you can never let that affect you. Just trusting one another and communicating to each other is what we don't hear with anyone else outside that. So really just focusing on my game and doing what I can do. Just
that three you made off the turnover in transition didn't look like you even hesitated. You looked like as soon as you got the ball in your hands, you were going to pull up for a three.
Yeah, it was a little bit of I probably could have got to the rim, but I figured if they weren't going to step up, he's going to make them pay for it.
Threes are worth more than twos, right?
You guys go up by as many as 13 in that first half before Michigan State, kind of claws himself back into the game before halftime. I guess, what did you guys kind of say to each other when you regrouped in the locker room to come out and have a good mentality? We had a few turnovers, which let them go in transition, and let them go in transition. That's what we wanted to stop. So when they got going and got into their sweet spots, they got hot for a little bit, made a few shots. So as long as we rebounded the ball and limited turnovers, we knew we were going to be able to guard them in the half court. What defensive adjustments did you have to make when Tyson Walker starts, scoring as well as he did for Michigan State? You had 12 straight points for them down the stretch.
Yeah, he's a real good ISO player, so just being in gaps and putting pressure on him on the ball. So really just being smart, thinking about who we're guarding and what we want to get into, tough twos.
We kind of talked yesterday about your history with this building, obviously having been here a lot before you got to Purdue. Did this one mean a little more to you? Were you comfortable out there? Were you uncomfortable out there to start the game? How did that play into things?
Yeah, it definitely felt good. I've been to more college games here than I have any other building in the country, so really it was a little weird at first being out there after watching probably 50, 100 games here, but it felt good to get that one.
Can you just kind of put this one into perspective for you guys as a team, for it to come down to literally the last seconds and to survive?
Yeah, we knew it would be a huge win for us with the Big Ten standings, but ultimately going on the road and certain our dominance is what we had to do. And then it coming out in the last second was just, I thought, good for us to get a little bit of that experience, but also just a great team win to come out with that in such a tough environment.